Welcome to Walking Radio, a podcast dedicated to amplifying the voices of people on the margins and the front lines. This is a space where lived experience takes center stage, where stories are shared on their own terms, and where conversation happens in motion. In this episode, I chat with Yasir, a harm reduction and HIV activist from Pakistan whose work to combat stigma has reached across the globe. Yasir and I strolled through the bustling streets of downtown Toronto on the beautiful evening of Tuesday, May 27th, 2025. We made our way to the Lake Ontario waterfront near Sugar Beach, where we chatted the sundown overlooking the Toronto Islands. We explored enough to fill 2 episodes. So please, join Yasir and me as we head south on Mutual Street for part 1 of 2. Let's walk together and see what pathways to better understanding we find along the way. I'm Patrick Corbin, and this is Walking Radio.
Yes, and
so first what is the agenda? I mean, we just need to talk about some Pakistan, about my history, because
that'd be great.
About some work.
Yeah, your activism. It's truly whatever you're comfortable talking about. The idea is that it's like the program is mostly about harm reduction, and I have had a focus on the closures of the harm reduction sites and the SCSs, but that doesn't have to be the only focus.
No, I did like a lot of work for harm reduction in Pakistan. Not for formally, but informal, but working directly as actors.
Yeah,
you already recording?
Yes, and so, but anything that we say, if you ever want, wait a second, is it recording? Yeah. We can always edit anything out that you're not comfortable with.
Oh, I don't mind. You can publish. I'm already very bad.
You're already out there?
I'm already very bad.
Naughty.
In the audience. He's talking very openly.
Yes. Well, we love open talk. There's this quote that I keep coming back to from James Baldwin. It's not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I mean,
but sometimes we don't want to face it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we are facing it, but we are denial.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Instead of just openly talking about complex issues or stigmatized issues. So many issues.
Especially in our healthcare. In everything.
Yes. Yeah.
So, do we start?
Yep. Yeah. Forgive me if I'll be checking the levels just once in a while, but I'm still paying attention. Yeah.
So we need to be formal first, or what?
Oh, yeah. It's really casual. So what a great segue into introductions. So you can introduce yourself however you feel comfortable. It could be your real name, fake name, alias, whatever you like.
Hello, my name is Yasir.
Hello, Yasir.
I'm from Pakistan, but I work for Asia, Pakistan, Europe, and now living in Canada and looking for a job.
You've done it all.
But maybe I'm not expert for Canada, but I'm working for some peer sport work and done some work in Canada as well. So I moved 2 years ago, and still struggling for documentation of residency. So.
Well, I know you as a real champion. Our paths have crossed. This is probably the first time we've actually had a chance to have a real conversation, because we're always just kind of crossing paths in busy times. But I'm aware of your incredible activism and
if you want to know about my activism, so let me start why and where and when it's been started.
Perfect.
So I diagnosed with HIV in 2009 in Pakistan. So that this was the time in Pakistan there was very rare cases, and people were afraid because HIV was a taboo due to Muslim conservative society and culture, Punjabi culture. So because I'm Punjabi and they don't accept these kind of realities, and they always deny it. So I talked with immediately I called to my mother, and there was a whole drama. And
You don't say.
there was a lot of drama. And initially I faced a lot of drama from, there were so many issues. So I don't want to discuss these kind of things over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was trauma, drama, and I think I spent 2 days in my room, closed my lights, and yeah.
And how old were you then?
I think this time I was only 23 years old.
Oh,
But when you were talking about gay Pakistani guys, so you have to think about I must be 13 years old, but it's just like 23 or 24 years old.
right.
Yeah. So
Did you make it?
yeah.
No.
So yeah, it was just like this time I don't know anything about HIV. I always listen. We watch. There was an advertisement in Pakistan television. AIDS has no treatment. So we never learn about or read anything about HIV. So it was so trauma for me.
Wow.
And then I searched for my laptop. I opened my laptop. Fortunately, that this time I have a personal laptop and internet as well at my home.
Whoa.
Yeah. So my brother was internet provider. So thank God. Yeah. So then I searched, and then I found what is HIV, and found some Punjab AIDS control program as well. I said, oh, the national AIDS program as well. We are working for something. Then I sent an email. To National AIDS Control Program, to then Punjab AIDS Control Program.
To which program?
Punjab AIDS Control Program.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like, because there was program in Pakistan and in Asia as well. There are national AIDS control programs, just like our federal programs, and Canada, and also regional provinces programs as well.
Okay.
So Punjab is just like provincial, and so then I sent in capital as well. So I just received one reply of the one email, because I was calling and I was attending the calls. So just like, so then I'm able to access the treatment as well, but not immediately, because this time the WHO guideline was if you are above 350 CD4.
It's CD4, for those who don't know.
Oh yeah, might be count of your immunes.
Yeah.
So
It's a specific type of white blood cell that's a marker for the health of your immune system.
yeah, health of your immune system is better, then they will not start your treatment,
Yeah.
because
So we want those numbers to be high.
yeah, because that's when they have no any treatments available, but just like very rare medicines available in Pakistan, because there's a big drama in the treatment as well. So I started treatment in next year in December. So that time my condition was very bad. I admitted in hospital, and I started my mouth. I was vomiting every time, and it was very miserable.
And do you know what your counts were then, like in terms of viral load and CD4?
This time we didn't have any CD4 viral load test kits.
Oh,
so
it's
whole
still-
year
you're
we
just
didn't
going
have
blind.
funding of global fund.
So you didn't even have access to the blood test, like the basic blood test to...
We have a basic blood test, but testing, but this time we didn't have funding for CD4 viral load test kits. And if you go for the private testing, they are charging a lot of money. So this time I do not have money, and I don't want to talk a lot of things with my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when they are not accepting it.
Right. Yeah. How do
So it
you
was, I
talk
think,
about that?
35,000 rupees they charged me one time, and the private
What's-
laboratory. So
What would that be like in
yeah,
Canadian?
it must be this, because this time is, I'm talking about a lot of years back. So
Just roughly.
yeah, so this time you can say $200.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, and comparatively, yeah, well, it's talking
Yeah. Wow.
this time, but current Pakistani rupees is so low.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
oh yeah, so yeah, so I spent miserable life initially, and I was totally in denial. Totally in denial. I said, no, I don't have to go for that. Then I stopped some treatment 1 month as well, and I said, I don't want to eat this medicine.
Right.
Because but whenever I use it, because there was, I think, 8 pills, very big capsules.
Oh wow. A day?
Yeah, a day.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to use it. And every time, whenever I'm eating medicine, whenever I was having medicine, always I vomit.
Oh
it was
no.
just-
So you
yeah.
weren't even getting the therapeutic
Yeah,
effect
yeah,
from
so
it.
it was
Just all
because-
side effects.
because there was no, this time we did not have a resistance test.
Right.
Yeah, so, and I talked with my doctor, and she said, Yasir, I'm very confused. We did not have resistance tests, but we had before in 2004, but now we have machines and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. So I said, okay, but she said, come to my hospital.
And resistance testing, that's to measure the like the
Resistance.
efficacy
Yeah.
of certain drugs against
Yes.
your particular strand of
Yes.
HIV. So
So yeah, so resistance to check is your this medicine is working on you or not.
yeah.
So she said, Yasir, you can come at my hospital, and she admit me in a government hospital, so in a special unit, which was not, and no one allowed to visit in special unit.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I was positive.
You were like in quarantine
Oh, you can say that.
when
So-
when we know it's not spread by contact or
Might be,
airborne
yeah.
or anything.
Yes, so
you're
it was
treated
funny.
like you
back
have-
home. Still, we have a
Like
lot
you
of
have
taboo.
COVID or something.
Yes, I was.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, so, but doctors, in the evening as well, they visit me, and they love to talk with me and sit with me, and they said, oh no, they're just like, but senior doctors are still don't want me to sit, and it's just like so many difficulties we have in back home. So yeah, so then after some time, I started work for an organization who are working for HIV, and under the umbrella of HIV, just capacity building of LGBTI community
In Pakistan.
in Pakistan.
Wow.
Yeah, so we take initiatives.
That seems like a very bold thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Then I started work with them. Initially, I worked for volunteers. Then I started work as a monitoring and evaluation officer.
And at that time, how many other people were doing that kind of work?
Oh, there was some people working. They were not positive, but negative, and working for LGBTI, just like thing,
Right.
for especially for gay community and trans community. Yeah, because yeah. So under the umbrella, they were using HIV umbrella. So yes, so I started work with them. Then next month I said, I think this is the time to just show what is the reality. I mean, just let's start something to work for people. When I see in the treatment centers and our testing centers, people are, when diagnosed, they totally disappear. They never go for the treatment, and because there is a very small community, and they don't want to disclose their status.
Right.
And they
So is it
never-
kind of like denialism?
Yeah, because I mean, there was no any knowledge,
Yeah.
right? And they said, you people are transferring us HIV. I mean, you you did not test it, you transfer us. Actually, so there were the centers who are testing of HIV for gay community and trans community. I mean, men who sex with men. So there was the testing centers. So whenever I visit to testing centers, because we were working for testing of HIV, of gay or men who sex with men, and transgender community. Right. So people used to come, or our staff used to go in the field. We did some testing in the field as well, and they also visit our office for testing. So we have a proper center, just like drop-in centers, drop-in centers, and drop-in center will send community after sharing information of HIV for counselor for pre-testing, and then testing, and after post-testing as well. If people are diagnosed with HIV, we put some more efforts for post-testing.
Okay.
Yes, and send them and refer them for treatment for the government hospitals.
Sounds wonderful.
Yes, but there was a lot of people, they don't want to go for the treatment and they disappeared. They change their numbers, they change their addresses, and they are not on the numbers.
To just fall off the radar.
They just disappeared. Yes. So because there was this community was marginalized community. We are not working for rich gay community. We were working for marginalized community who are living in streets, who are working sex work, who are doing some labor work in the streets. Right. So because or mediocres who cannot afford HIV testings. Yes. But it was available for everyone. If you want to come for the testing, we never said no. We are not providing services. We were providing services for all GBMSM communities. Yes. But so there was a lot of gap, and people were started, and then after they stopped treatment as well. So then I decided to just there was a collaboration with the UNAIDS. They were looking for a person who can come on TV and just represent HIV, not to just say I'm positive or blah blah blah. So I said, oh yeah, I can go, and my executive director said, are you serious? You can go? I said, yeah, I can go, but he said, you don't have to accept it, you have an HIV. I said, yeah, okay. And but I don't know how I get this power. I said, I don't know, trust me.
You're worthy.
I said, in the communication, I said, oh, I'm actually positive. I'm living in a healthy life, and I'm on treatment. Why people are not coming for treatment? I'm surprised. This time I was just very healthy, not these days. Yeah, but this was a struggling day, so
okay,
yeah. So this time I was looked very healthy and blah blah.
You still look very healthy.
Yes, maybe. So I clean shave and fancy.
Window dressing. Do you want to go through here?
With a lot of dressing. And working for UNDP project. You know. So this was a totally entire changed person. But so I said, and in the last message, and everyone just silent in the room. UNAIDS was sitting there, UNDP representative was sitting there, I was sitting there. And so everyone just silent. Oh my God, what happened? Yasir just in the TV, on the PT word in 2014.
In 2014, wow. Yeah.
And I was also shocked. And I was sweating.
While you were on TV?
In the live.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, on the
those
live.
hot studio lights.
It was a zero discrimination day on the 1st March. And I said, we were talking about discrimination. There was no anything we need to accept. But I said, okay, continue. Then they asked me, do you want to continue? I said, yes, please continue. And in the end, they said, what you want to give the message to people who are not on the treatment or facing discrimination. Then I gave a message. I said, I know people are facing a lot of challenges. Like me, I faced a lot of challenges. But I think we did not have to go for the denial is not a solution. Treatment is a solution for healthy life. Come out.
Yeah.
We will help you to treatment of HIV. So let's do it.
That's such a great
So,
message.
I just try. I just control myself this time. So it was very immediate response, and then I was just like shocked, and everyone shocked when I traveled back to Pakistan.
What was the response?
And then UNAIDS visit me after few days. Or regional head of, and he said, you accepted few days ago. You are positive and blah 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 on the TV. And what was the response? And I said, the very bad response.
Oh.
Because everyone was just like, I was out for grocery with my nephews, and someone said, oh, I saw you on TV. And I just like closed my eyes and closed my ears, and I just leave the shop. And even my friend called me, what you did on TV? And the other response was, I did not share anything with him, but I said, it was fine, it was natural, which I was facing from long time, but it was more harder, but it's fine. I have to face these challenges.
So you gave the message encouraging people to seek treatment, and reminding at the same time you disclosed your status.
Yeah,
your HIV status, openly disclosed your HIV positive on television
Pakistan
in
television.
Pakistan in a conservative community where everybody talks.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was my first.
So make sure I got it all right. Okay.
And I was shocked as well. And when I come back, I mean, my colleagues were shocked. So, but fortunately, I have a very good psychiatrist friend a therapist friend in my groups of colleagues.
Well, thank goodness for that.
And she's just like, Bushra Rani said, happened. You did a very good job.
Yeah.
Really blah, 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 blah. Just like, she's very good in these kind of things. And so she encouraged me to do work more for community because they are suffering already.
Yeah.
And she said, Yasir, you take a very good initiative and people are not doing these kind of things openly. So you have to be proud of yourself.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And I said, Usha, I cannot sleep for many days.
Oh yeah.
And she said, Yasir, she did not say you have to start some medicines, but because already I was using ephedrins in my medicines, and it was so sleepy, but I said I cannot sleep with it as well. But she said, what will help you to sleep? And she bring thing, and I said, warm water bring me, just like relax me more. And she said, okay, now onward you will take a shower and sleep. And I started this thing as well. Yeah, so then I started then whenever people diagnosed in community-based organizations, because I was working in head office, and whenever this was all my volunteer work. My work was monitoring and evaluation of data, collecting, and report to UNDP Bangkok. So, but whenever people diagnosed with HIV, I used to visit them in community-based organization. Just tell them, hey, I'm also positive. So I'm working in so many different levels, and I'm so you can live like my life as well. And they share issues. I said, okay, I face these issues as well. Just like peer support without any coverage or money.
Yeah, I can imagine that must have been so meaningful for someone like, and like for you having gone through the process alone
Yes.
in isolation, and then to be able to offer that support to other people in a similar situation. It's just so beautiful.
Because there was only few people who were available to talk with the community.
Yeah.
And
I'm willing to.
Yeah, so because I always visit, because we have 6 community-based organizations this time. One was in Islamabad, there's a capital.
Yeah.
Two are in Lahore, where I was living.
Okay.
And one was in Karachi,
Okay.
it's far away from Lahore. And Sindh and Larkana is a rural area of Sindh. It's two provinces in Pakistan.
What area is your like home province, your home community?
Lahore, Punjab.
It's Lahore.
Yeah. So, but I was monitoring an evaluation. So I used to visit every 3rd month of every CBO, community-based organizations. So, though I always request them whenever I visit, call every positive. I will do some sport session with them. So they call 5, 10, whatever they are new diagnosed. They bring them and we do some sport sessions. So till 2018, I was doing these kind of things. Then I started a online platform with the name of HIV Buddies.
HIV Buddies. Yeah.
Yes.
That's such a great name.
Yes. So there was an online platform. I just recording videos in the local language of Urdu. So then I share knowledge with them. Hey, HIV is this kind of virus, not any other thing. So it's just like sharing information.
Yeah.
So a lot of positive community always message me on Facebook. So we are looking for, because there was a hotline as well, which was totally volunteer. We never accepted any money from anyone.
Right.
Yeah, no donors, no anything. Because if you are under donors, we are always limited to work. So I want to work openly on these platforms which are totally neglected.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's kind of what I'm hoping to do with this podcast. Just no revenue, no money, non-commercial, just keep it sort of sacred.
Yeah, this is a great work you are doing as well, to share experiences.
Yeah. It's going to get a little loud here. It's going to get a little loud, and then it's going to get nice and quiet.
Yes.
We're just coming under the Lakeshore Boulevard, overpasses, headed towards beautiful Lake Ontario.
Yeah, weather is better than before.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We had a pretty... It was funny, the last episode that we recorded was a beautiful day.
Oh yeah.
Today is a beautiful day, but in between was nothing but garbage. Just rain,
walk even.
Rain, cold.
rain. Yeah, in the morning I wake up, I said, oh, again.
I know.
Shadows.
Like, why?
Around.
Is this England?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, so but in this time, in 2017 I started drug use as well. Yeah, so I was injecting Tina.
Okay.
For
that was back
party and play back home.
Back home in Pakistan.
But there was no any voice. So this was the time of my HIV activism. I did a lot of work. Before 2017, there was no medicine of one pill. There was a lot of medicine we were having on regular basis. So then I did activism in 2014 to 16 to just like bring one pill in Pakistan. I worked for Asia so there was an Asia program. So for HIV, there was too much collaboration as well. And after, so there was treatment, there was so many things. I also don't remember how many
That's
things
fair.
we did.
You've been very busy.
There was busy.
You've done so many great things that you can't keep track of them all.
There was full-time job as well. And also just like including people to just start in medicines and blah blah. So many things are going on.
Yeah. So are you saying you were trying to, because earlier you were talking about how the regimen you were on to start was 8 pills a day.
Yeah.
So were you saying that you're trying to champion
I was one of the
one
person.
pill per day regime?
Yeah, I was one of the person who was in the part of this things to just like bring this treatment, one pill, in Pakistan as well. So in 2014 there was a HIV literacy program in Bangkok. So I was able to get trained for literacy and treatment program. Yeah, so I was there 2 times to just like first time to bring capacity, able to build capacity.
Yeah.
Then I went back to Pakistan and visit to treatment centers and able to get information what kind of treatment we have. Then share this information to regional programs and fight for one pill. Yeah, but UNAIDS always said we did it. And I said,
they're stealing your credit?
Yeah, I know. I said, oh, I don't need credit from you guys.
Well,
Yeah.
I will give you all the credit.
No, I'm not looking for credit. I did for
You deserve it. That's a huge thing. Because I mean, that is like such a huge advancement in HIV treatment overall. Where in Canada, the same. Like 15 years ago, people have these huge drug regimens, various drugs throughout the day, and now for a lot of people it's just 1 pill per day, which is just such a miracle.
Yes, actually the problem was there was no voice. There was a network of HIV, but they were also maybe confused or under UNAIDS, or I don't know. Or maybe they were working for they are openly, they was not open, maybe, or there was issue, they were not looking to work for gay community or bisexual or men who sex with men or transgender community.
Wait, who was it?
I mean, there was a network of HIV. Yeah, so that's why we have individual fights.
Yeah.
But they acknowledge, they include us later when they have projects for gay community, inclusion of a gay community.
It seems like a pretty important community to involve in any HIV activism.
Because they get some projects. So they are able to get some projects, so then they include us.
Yeah.
And so since 2014 to 17, this kind of fight for HIV only. No, but later on, when I was in addiction, because initially I was just using it for sex, but later on, it become just like Tina because there was many traumas, so I don't want to talk about these traumas.
We do not have to talk about it. Anything you don't want to talk about, we don't have to go near it.
Yes. So then I was jobless as well. Then in 2018, but I was doing some volunteer work, and I was in World AIDS Conference in 2018, and I was just listening one harm reduction activist in the conference in the big room with 200 people, and I asked one question from him, Matt Southwell. He's a very famous person for working for stimulants, and I said, Matt, you're talking about Afghanistan, you are sharing data about many countries, but you never talk about Pakistan. You did not talk about Pakistan. And he responded me, we never get this information there is any stimulants in Pakistan.
Oh.
And I said, oh, really? I'm a living experience. I just injected last night, and now I'm standing in front of you. And I'm from Pakistan. I'm taking injections three times a day,
real
just
Aaron
like
Brockovich
medicine.
moment.
And so we will talk. And he said, "Don't go without meeting me." And he gave me my card. He gave me his card, and he's still with me, and we are still connected. We done a lot of work together, but we never met. Still, we never met, but we did internationally a lot of work. He introduced me for Chemsex, Europe Chemsex Forum, a platform.
Yeah.
And so there was another fight started for chemsex activism for drug issues in our community
In Pakistan.
Yes.
How did that go over? With
Oh
the
my
broader
God!
community?
It's just like I was coming out of addiction, and I was starting a new chemsex thing.
Oh my gosh.
And it was just like a lot of burden. But I fortunately, thanks to my family, they support me a lot. But
Your
but
family was supporting you with it.
they don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
But in my addiction they support me. But not can say support me initially, but they did not. Even they bring me mental asylum. They did a lot of bullshit as well. But they put me in room, and I said just talk with me, and they were not talking with me. I said, and they just don't want to talk with me. And anyways, there were so many trauma.
Afraid to face the realities and deal with the complexities.
Yeah, because they pushed me to marry with the woman as well, so there was a trauma.
Oh my goodness.
And a lot of issues with my in-laws and blah blah. So I said, oh my God, I cannot bear these issues. There was too much insult of doing activism. Yes. So they said, yes, and there was a time. Then I started work again for government. They hired me as a monitoring and evaluation manager for Punjab, all Punjab, for handle 10 community-based organizations.
Wow.
They said, no, you have to join us because you are more experiences than anyone, and you can handle, because there was a lot of issues, otherwise they never call me. They call me because they have a lot of issues. A lot of issues in data.
Sounds like you're the right person for the job.
And they because once you're connected with drugs, or they or disclosed, it means they will never hire you anywhere. And just like maybe in Canada as well.
They wouldn't hire you
for work.
For work.
Because I was very well known, very professional in my field, and then I started drugs. So it was connected. Drugs was connected with my career thing. But they said, oh, we search a lot of people, and they failed in this community-based organizations. So now they call me. There was very senior persons. They call me indirectly from some person. I said, yeah, I can apply. Because I said, I apply, and they called me, interview, and they said, okay, we'll do it.
They were willing to overlook the teenage years.
They forget about my teenage years.
Oh, they forgot. Okay, that's good.
No, not forget, when you
conveniently forget.
Yes, conveniently. Yes, you are right.
Well, that's handy.
It was so there was COVID started, and in 2020. In March they hired me, and next month they said this covers lockdown, and there was initially I started work for I was doing some advocacy work in Morocco, in Asia, for just like working what we are doing in about chemsex, about drug use, about HIV, just like just knowledge sharing this time. And same thing I'm doing tomorrow as well, just like AIDS impact is tomorrow, so I'm representing Muslim and Asian drug use and chemsex.
Incredible.
Yeah, so there was a lot of things going on this time because there was just like chemsex started in some countries in Europe. A lot of issues was started in 2018 and 19. So they were just like including people. So
do you mind if I don't think that we've, for people who don't know, I don't think we've defined what chemsex and party and play and all. I think they probably have an idea.
Yeah, you're right. I think.
I'm picturing the like beloved 70-year-old folks back in my rural hometown. Probably don't do a lot of chemsex.
You're right. I think I need to define this chemsex as well. I always forget. I said, oh, I'm living in first world country. Everyone know it. So initially, let me start how the chemsex is just like gay, bisexual, and men who sex with men is doing drugs, the stimulant drugs, stimulants uppers, and doing sex, right? So it's just like chems and sex, and party and play, party, drugs, and play. And people don't know about these things. And one of my friends said, I was on dating app and someone called me, do you party? I said, yes, I love party.
I love a good
dance. And he was there and I said, oh, there was a lot of drugs. And I said, not this kind of party. And he's a doctor. And he's a doctor. He's a lovely friend of mine.
I thought it was going to be a pinata or something.
I said, oh my God.
They're going to play pin the tail on the donkey.
Yes. And he left this place. I said, no, I'm not doing these kind of parties. Yes. So he shared me this information. I said, wow, I love you more. You're so innocent. Yes, so party and play is just like mostly using word in the heterosexual community, but chemsex is just like more gay, bisexual men who sex with men and transgender community who are using drugs and uppers, stimulants. And it's not only stimulant, it's the psychoactive substances. We can say psychoactive substances, and there are so many issues. There's a cause of addiction as well, which happened with me. I just started for just like to check one thing, just like new thing, let's do it, because initially I was just like doing only poppers, never use any other drugs in my life, but I just like curiosity, okay, let's try it. Someone told me this is a long time, you will fail, how can I describe this thing? It's so funny. You are using poppers, it gave me just like few seconds effect.
Very short
and
duration.
If you want a long-term effect, you have to use Tina,
which is crystal meth.
Crystal meth. Yeah. So I was just like crystal meth. I said, and in our Pakistan is ice. We called ice. And I said, okay, let me try it. So many names in Pakistan as well. We are using just code words as well. So I don't want to disclose over there.
Right. Yeah. No, you don't. Have to
so most of people said, oh, baraf. Baraf means ice cubes.
Right.
Yes, so there are many ways to talk about these things because it's illegal in Pakistan and haram in Muslim society. So so I face a lot of taboos, I face a lot of stigma and discrimination my whole life, but I was always stick to work. I said, no, I need to work on these issues because no one is talking about this. So I was the only person who are talking about chemsex very openly, every media, everywhere, every national consultancies, every national meetings. And one time, very good friend of mine, Famida Khan, said, from UNAIDS coordinator, she said, country coordinator, she said, Yasir, if you are in meeting, we are not talking, we are not listening about chemsex, not possible. Okay. So for your information, in the next year, 21 to 23, AIDS consult, what is called AIDS something, just like program. We are including chemsex in national level. So to work for it
here in Kenya or
in Pakistan.
In Pakistan.
I said, okay, thank you so much. It's a good achievement to talk again and again about these things. You've done your work. Because I was directly connected with Global Fund. I was just like always talking about why we are not. I mean, they visit us and they indirectly contact me about issues, and I show them a lot of issues in community using drug use of crystal meth, and a lot of because I faced joblessness. I faced a lot of stigma with the community and out of community and family as well. Totally, there was no any support this time. There was no, and people don't know about how can we deal with Tina because crystal meth because there was very new cases and people were dying overdose. And then I started a campaign on drug chemsex in Pakistan, and I was famous. I was and some agencies were talking about he is promoting webcam and sex. I said, who is talking about these things?
Cam sex.
Oh no! I said
Different.
It's just like
different.
Yeah, so it's just like investigated first time,
That's-
and I said, oh my gosh, so traumatized.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so yes, so long story short.
I bet.
It's funny, but it was so horrible.
Funny and horrifying.
When you're checked by all your mobile, laptop, and everything is just like, and every moment you are doing, everything is just like people are checking. So it
Under
was just like
surveillance.
horrible.
Oh my gosh.
In 2019, and then we started Asia Chemsex platform for Asia in 2020. And initially people were not talking about this, but when we started, can you imagine, we from all Asia, East Asia and South Asia, in Vietnam, Australia. So sorry, I'm not talking about Australia now. Right now, it's a separate side. Yeah.
Keep your country straight.
Yeah. So East Asia and South Asia.
You're everywhere.
Yeah, no. Sorry. So East Asia and South Asia, we started to take initiative about let's collect data with the mainline Amsterdam with the help of and Europe Chemsex platform London, UK, and they help us a lot to just like because I always acknowledge Matt Southwell and Ben Collin who help us to just like providing technical support about motivate us. Then we take a lot of initiative in 2019 to the recording about videos and blah blah blah, so many whatever we can do it just like we can do it.
Oh wow.
Yes.
And where are they from? Like what organization?
There is a Reshape International HIV Partnership Chemsex Forum platform. I'm still working with them as a volunteer. Is a London, UK, and there was an organization in Vietnam. They promote us. He was representing East Asia, and I was representing Pakistan with the platform of HIV Buddies. So yes, so we did a lot of volunteer work, and we did a lot of webinars as well. And in webinars, Amsterdam helping us for webinars launching and funding to Vietnam, and so there was a lot of work we did. So yes, so I recall one time, let's talk about issues in Asia of webinar, and
In Chemsex?
Chemsex? No. In Chemsex, though, I mean, we have limit of on Zoom this time also 100 people, and can you imagine 200 people, 148 registered, and everyone is messaging, hey, we are in the waiting list and we are not able to just like come and we want to talk about this.
Oh my gosh.
And I was just like surprised. I was like, my God. It was so fair.
I mean, it's a good problem to have, but it's like
people don't want to talk and want to talk as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Can you say that again?
Yes.
That's a great way.
Yes. People really want to talk and don't want to talk as well.
Yeah.
Because South Asia is just
That's
like
interesting.
Don't mean.
But secretly,
Yeah,
they really want to
secretly.
talk.
So still, when South Asian has the same brain, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. And maybe I also have somehow this brain as well. Don't talk
Right.
about this. But
Right.
yeah, so this was initiative then I started volunteer for one another network. It's called Network of Asian People Who Are Using Drugs. So I was vice chair and developed a new network, and now is working. So last year I resigned. I said, now I cannot travel to Canada to Bangkok every time. Yeah, because every time I always
12,000 organizations around the world.
No, I said no, I cannot travel because I am not representing only Pakistan. I'm representing Canada. Canada is my home, so I have to represent Canada, not to Pakistan. But because otherwise my one leg will be in Asia, and,
Right.
and I cannot do anything for myself. Right? Or maybe for Canada.
Doing the splits.
Yeah, I cannot. But trust me, to wake up at 4 a.m. and
Oh,
5
gosh.
a.m. and sleep in, it
Yeah.
was so tough.
That would be incredibly difficult.
Yes, it was really
Harder
tough.
than the splits.
Yes. So I really missed this work, trust me, in Pakistan. But then I did research for UNDP Pakistan of chemsex, substance use and misuse amongst GBMSM community, gay, bisexual, men who sex with men, and transgender community. And this time I was handling 10 organizations. It was my full-time job, and I was doing research independently, just must include some graphic designers or who can help me to just like, I was just like getting data and this time I don't know how to use qualitative data, qualitative research, so I did some work on it as well.
Qualitative data being like...
Yeah, so it was just like research for merge of qualitative and quantitative. So I merged in help with the Australian organization academia thing. So they there was a person who was doing PhD on chemsex, and he helped me just like quantitative data merge with the qualitative data, and just like I sent many people, and I received information of 378 people or 76, I don't remember. So yes, so all over the Pakistan, and qualitative was to interview people one-to-one.
Yeah.
Yes, so I interviewed positive people and negative people as well. So what is the difference, after using drugs? What kind of issues they are facing, and what the negative people are facing. So there was just like we touched these kind of things as well. So there was a research. Then I developed LGBT Inclusion Index Pakistan for UNDP US. So and as a vice chair, I started volunteer for harm reduction programs. There was a Nai Zindagi. So Malika Zafar, I approached Malika Zafar. She's a very good friend of mine now, and we try to include because they were working only for heroin, injecting heroin, injectable heroins. So I said, how can we include gay, bisexual community and men who sex with men in your program? First of all, about using of, because they were not working on using, they were working only for injecting, for harm reduction, for just like providing support to just like not getting infections, not getting a proper harm reduction, just like not transferring STIs, sexual transmitted bloodborne infections, or HIV, or yeah. So, but we try and we were able to help and in the consultation of alternate treatment of heroin as well, because this time in 2001 we did not have these kind of consultancies as well. So we talk about with the government especially, and how can we start these still we are not able to start ATS, so alternate drug use. We are still not able to use, but
ATS.
just like alternate treatment,
Oh yeah.
something.
I guess I wonder if that's similar to OAT here.
Yeah, it's called OAT as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Opioid agonist.
Yes, opiates. Yes, so we just like alternate something. I
Yeah.
don't remember the abbreviations.
That's okay.
trust
There's
me.
a lot of abbreviations.
Yeah, there are. There
a lot of
was-
acronyms.
Yes, I don't remember these.
That's
kind of-
okay.
Yeah.
We get the picture.
Yeah, so just like
Yeah.
alternate medicines. Just,
Yeah.
Burfavine or something.
Yeah.
These medicines.
Hydromorphone.
Yeah, or yeah. So
Yeah.
we were just like fighting which we have to start medicine. Just we are still fighting.
Yeah.
But
Here
we-
too.
Yes, we are still not able to start these programs in Pakistan.
Yeah.
So yes, so but we take some initiative to include some chemsex users who are doing injecting TINA, not only for heroin users. Then they said we are welcome to whenever you guys will send us injecting drug users who are using TINA, we will love to bring them for our because they have us treatment centers. They were not helping for the treatment. They bring people for 21 days in centers for just like treatment for start of people who are using drugs, to help them to stay there, live there for treatment of HIV, to start the treatment of HIV as well.
Oh,
who are
wow.
positive as well. They have to be positive as well.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yes, so there was treatment. We have no any rehab centers the government providing. We have some in the jail. Yes, in jails we have some treatment centers, but not in the openly available. Yes.
Yeah.
Or mental asylums. Yeah, we have mental asylums. Yes.
But not just
Just
in the
like
general.
open, just like. So I'm also very afraid for mental asylums. So I have a very big trauma because
Oh dear.
yeah, because my family beat me and bring me to mental asylum.
Oh
Yes, it was
yes.
so. I still have a very big trauma.
Oh my
Whenever I
gosh.
think about it, so I just like I'm nervous.
Yeah, understandable. Was that as a result of your diagnosis?
No, it was a result of my using of drugs.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so they bring me, but they refused me because I was HIV positive. They just gave me injection every 1 or 2 days to just like sleep.
Oh.
And but they are very hard treatment centers of drug use. Yeah, so they are using still same practices. Just put a person in the one dark room, and yeah, so they're very hard.
Yeah, we
So
don't have to go there if you don't want to. That sounds
Yeah, it's very hard.
terrifying.
Yeah, because we have a lot of stigma with, and it's haram in our religion. Sorry, in
And
religion.
which is
Islam. In Islam, it's not allowed to use any substance or drugs
haram
or
is forbidden. Is that-
Yeah, it's forbidden.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so there are so many problems. So fortunately, a lot of work. After a lot of work, I honored with the HIV Regional Asian HIV Hero Award as well.
Well,
Yes.
congratulations.
Yeah, in 2022 and 23, I presented a lot of work about Pakistan in Melbourne conference harm reduction 23, and fortunately before we missed very big activist few days ago who are the director of Harm Reduction International, Naomi. She just died few days ago last week, and I was very just like crying. I said, oh my god, she was a real my friend, and she included LGBTI community and chemsex in harm reduction conference to 23, and we just like we did a one workshop of 90 minutes. I presented my abstract. It's approved in of my research, and I presented, and so many things we did in Melbourne. And when I came back to Pakistan, people attacked me to kill me, and it was just like, yeah. So I was totally
gosh.
hired. Yeah. So there was so
Because
many
of your advocacy?
for directly attack to people who are selling drugs, and because drug mafias, every country is just
Yeah.
like danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this time I don't know, this conference is hybrid. I was thinking this just like I need to present, and I didn't know about the consequences, and this was the third time I just like attacked directly to kill. But it was not third time, but so when I shared with these things to after immediately I have a conference in Canada. So then I attend this conference, Commonwealth Conference, leadership program, and my group said, you are not going back. And I said, okay, let me check if I have something better in back home, then I have to stay. Then I will go back. Then I stay 1 month. I talk with my friend. I said, it's better you don't have to come, because you don't have to come. And then I'm a protected person now.
Oh,
in Canada.
thank goodness.
Yeah. Yes. Or I'm still.
What exactly does that mean?
Protected means I submitted my application for as a asylum seeker. This time I was struggling so many things, so they approved me after 1 year. They did not call me for any hearing. They said, they accepted on the behalf of my documents, which I provided, contract of UNDP, United Nations Development Program, and some letters from internationally and back home as well. So and from Canada as well. So they approved it in September after 1 year.
Wow.
So yeah. So now I applied my PR. I'm still working for HIV sector in different platforms, especially in Casey House and in the stigma and discrimination. I was in last year for June's in this there was SMASH program.
Yes, that was the first time I saw you. Actually, was up on that panel
Oh.
at Casey House on stage. That was actually. Should I
was
say?
in panel as well.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Yeah, you were the panelist there. I loved that campaign, the Stigmavir.
Yeah, Stigmavir. Yes, Stigmavir. Tablets as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That was like a spoof pharmaceutical ad.
Yeah. Yes.
The idea was for people who are, especially in healthcare, who stigmatize against people living with HIV.
Yeah.
They can
take
take
a
this
medicine.
magical pill, and then suddenly they're more accepting and compassionate towards
Yeah,
people who have
yes,
HIV.
yes. You're right. Yes.
And Gloria Gaynor, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Gloria Gaynor gave the rights to "I Will Survive" for
Yeah.
that.
So many things.
Yeah.
So whenever talking about these things, so it's just like long journey. In the COVID time, we didn't have. I did not stay at 1 day at home, because we have a lot of issues in Pakistan. There was lockdown, medicines not available for people who are living with HIV, and they cannot travel because there was no buses and local travel. And we provided we said, okay, we will provide medicine at their home. It's just like volunteer work, and people are just like afraid once we will get the COVID, what we can do. People didn't have spaces to live. We work for housing of community. We work for so many things. It's a long journey in Pakistan, and I'm surprised it's the first and we are not doing over there so many things which we were doing in with no resources. There's zero resources in Pakistan, because we want to do something for our community.
Yeah.
I remember there was a trans man with his partner just run away from one city, and I become in because we are looking for housing for them, and I give him my ID card, and I said, hey, you are my cousin, so they need one local person who can give them who can give as a cousin or family person. So I'm your cousin now onward. So you can use my identity from local Lahore. And wow. And we did a lot because I was the only person who was Lahori. Two and who are and other one from Islamabad working in this organization. One was from Karachi, one from other cities. So I was just like only person. I said, oh, we can do it. I can do it. Yeah, and so many, even bail of people and bring them from jail as well. And one time, one person was just like, oh, police arrest me, they're using drugs. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry, he's my cousin, and I don't know why he is in this problem. And you look like you're also using drugs. I said, I'm looking like I'm using drugs in the police station. I said, oh, I said, I'm working for government. Do you know what we are doing? And I just give my and give a bail, and so many things we did, and even
crafty.
With
sly.
So many things. One time what happened, and I was with the one trans man, because I was human rights defender as well in Pakistan, and I travel all the way to High Court from Lahore, 5 hours drive.
Of course.
And I bring him this highway with Islamabad, and court and lawyer call us. Where are you guys? I said, we are in the parking. Leave immediately parking because someone is looking you guys around. I said, no, he's hiding in the car. No, leave this place immediately because arrest warrants are just like issued. So, because trans man, because he married with a woman and he showed document he's a man.